I did want to bring this up. You were one of the first, if not the first, to vouch for JD Vance.
Yeah. I got to know him early. I read his book, like, I think probably, I forget what year it was, but like early. And I was like, wow, I love this. Like, it was just a great story. Like, so, just the story that he was able to, overcome, coming out of, Appalachia, and like, just incredible. And when it sort of came out, it was like, never Trump. I was like, oh no, like, this is like, but what was great about it was like, he was one of the first people to just on his own be like, you know what, I was wrong about this. Like, these policies are actually working. So I got to know him before his sort of Senate run, and we became pretty good friends through some other friends of mine. And like, I sort of did the sort of pre-Trump endorsement, sort of de facto Don Jr. endorsement, and really worked that one hard. Other guys got involved. Tucker Carlson got, like, I was like, man, this guy's smart. He's totally with us. Like, just gets it. He'll do a great job. So, sort of early, don't really stay out of the Republican primary, let it fight him out. But you just see, some of the special interests get in to support their chosen puppet candidate. I'm like, no, man, this guy could be a rock star in the Senate. So I sort of went all in on that. He did, we won his Senate race, did spend a lot of time helping him out on that. And then, like, in the Senate, he was just like, I was like, this is like, we need 50 JD Vances. We need 100 JD Vances in the Senate, but like, we need, at the time it was basically a 50-50 Senate. We're like, we need more JD Vances. He was so good that when it happened, I was like, this is the only one. And part of it for me was like, I don't want it to just be 4 years of Trump and then we go back to the old ways. I want this to be sort of a transformational presidency. He's the guy that can get it there. He's the guy that's not afraid of breaking those walls. And you need someone else who can then carry that. Like, we didn't have a sort of like America First bench.
Right.
A couple of years ago during the primaries, like, before the primary started, I was like I was, a leader in the, I'm like, it's great. Like, I appreciate it. It's a great compliment. But like, I'm like, I've never expressed an interest in actually running for office necessarily. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can't be at the bench. You need someone who actually wants the day job too. And so, I saw that as someone who can definitely, be one of the guys that could carry that torch. I think, other guys are starting to come out, but we had to just get rid of that stranglehold of these rhino Republicans had on the Senate and started slowly flipping. And I think we did that, with a Tim Sheehy and with a Bernie Moreno and these things this cycle. I think we have a great chance of sort of cycling out some of those bad Republican senators that, just cost us all these things. So, I went all in on JD, I think, with my dad for the VP thing. I mean, there were a lot of billionaires that had their chosen, and like, the guy's like, I was like, no. Like, you have no choice. It was funny. After that first debate, or the only debate with Tim Walz, because I don't think Tim would have subjected himself to another thrashing like that. I was doing the spin room. I was in there for like 2 hours. You got to do the media row, and like, you're just interview after interview after, and my phone's ringing in my pocket. I get out of this thing. It's like 1 a.m, and it was my dad like 12 times. I'm like, I pick up the phone. He goes, Don, I did that one for you, but that was a 10, Don. That was a 10. And so it was like, but, and JD was crushing it on the Sunday shows when he was just sort of handing it to these reporters that are used to sort of, the Republican just sort of accepts the Democrat narrative. Like, okay, fine, January 6th was an insurrection, but he didn't do that. He took the fight to them. He sort of just beat them to death with facts, just destroyed them. And, the debate was sort of the final. There were a lot of Republicans that came up to me, some of that, the big, like, I was so mad at you for pushing that because I thought XYZ would be the guy. And he was like, and they were like, and I was totally wrong.
That was me.
Was it you?
That was me.
That was you? Who was your guy?
I don't know. For me, I wasn't as involved in politics, so I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't a front runner.
Yeah. Okay. There were a lot of guys. There were a lot of guys that did know. But again, they had their guy. And I also want to make sure it's not like, I don't want the sort of just the simple, the billionaire class controlling their puppet candidates to do whatever they want. Like, it was like, there's a guy, independent thinker, created businesses, came out of, serious hardship growing up, to become, not just a successful businessman. He went to Yale after going to the Marine Corps. Yeah. Not as like, okay, I went to Yale and I'm going to do my obligatory stint somewhere in the, sort of, just an amazing story. And so I was like, I expect, I don't think I have any political capital with my father for like the next 75 years.
Yeah.
Because I went so hard on it. It created some headaches and there were a lot of people pissed off about it. But I think now I've been totally vindicated.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.